Hey guys, so I'm just gonna kickstart this video, especially since I have all of the intentions to keep her up. Apologies for how I'm speaking because I basically, what did I do to my gum? I basically punctured my gum somehow, and now that bit is swollen up. I'm taking antibiotics for it, but it has basically impacted my speech for now. So it's made my lisp worse. So on a good day, have a lisp. So now it's even worse. But it's temporary. By God's grace, anyways. Hey, Joy. Yes, let's talk about this because, hey, Fatah Feli Ellie, because, it's getting to my soul. It's getting to my soul. And that's it, Joy. I think that's it. Fat people that are on the smaller ends of the spectrum typically do not consider themselves fat. The thing is, right, whether you are fat, whether you are skinny fat, whether you are just about fat, the fact is, obviously, I'm not here for just brandishing fat plus size individuals are just plus size. Like I am more, and I always say this: we are more than just we are more than just plus size. Do you know what I mean? And I remember, Joy, I saw it on one of your stories, and you said that fat people can have more, like their success story doesn't just need to be, oh, they've lost weight. Like they can have accomplishments. They can, they can actually have a real mark on the earth. It doesn't need to be weight related. Yes, I am fat, but that is only one feature of me. That is not my whole defining character. So going back to the top conversation at hand, in as much like if you're smaller fat, I understand, you probably don't get as bad as people that are fat, but at the end of the day, darling, you are fat. And I'm sorry to break it to you. You are fat. But let me put my glasses back on because you see this? It's rubbed me the wrong way. Like I've always known it to be a thing, but I think it's getting worse. Hey, Nisa. Jay, please talk. Listen, I think it's time for us to discuss this because it's been a thing that has been prevalent for many years. Joe, you said, girl, you're about to make me go live with this topic. Sis, if you want to, I completely understand because it's a thing that I feel like is generally getting worse. And you know what even inspired me to do this live? I wasn't going to jump on live, like, I feel like I've kind of trying to be balancing out my lives and stuff. But you see this, I feel like if anyone I can have this conversation with is my people on YouTube. So let me come to YouTube with this topic because I want to see what people are saying. Joey said it's the same with light skin, dark skin. 100. Do you know what the thing is? Yeah, it is. It is. It actually is. Look, it says, hey, you said I get it, says, I'm what they call small fat. And do you know what the thing is? Like, I'm not, no one wants that, like, no one wants the title of just being the fat friend or the fat person or whatever. And I completely understand that that's not what you want to be defined or brandished as, or branded as, shall I say. But at the end of the day, when there's one thing, being big and you not really want to associating with other big people, that's your own prerogative, that's your own personal fight. But my thing is, and what inspired the video was actually TikTok, because I'm seeing a few reactions to TikTok. Let me show you guys the video. What's this girl's name? Wait. So a girl put up, I'm not going to show the reaction. I'm literally just going to show, yeah, here it is. I'm just going to show the actual video at hand.
Yo, I got hecka bands, that's a life of the year. Don't pull me. Come get your bitch, she on me. She clapping her ass, applaud me. I swear I'm a son of a bitch for the sun on my wrist.
I'm gonna let it play again.
And I'm the shit on my wrist. I told her, water. We in the spot, bottles and dots. Took home somebody's daughter. If it ain't yak, don't pull me.
I'll play it one more time.
Get your bitch, she on me. She clapping her ass, applaud me. I swear I'm a son of a bitch for the sun on my wrist. Good morning. And I'm the shit on my wrist. I told her, water. We in the spot, bottles and dots. Took home somebody's daughter.
Okay, so this is one of the videos that I saw. And okay, so with the reaction videos that I've been seeing, yeah, a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, the bra thing she's wearing is revealing and stuff like that. But my thing is, okay, cool. First and foremost, if the girl has recorded a video, yeah, looked at the video, decided, you know what, I'm confident and I'm happy to put that out, then leave her, like, that's her prerogative. So she's posted it now, and maybe you never know what people are going through, yeah. But when I'm looking at the reaction, because I saw the reactions before I saw the actual original video, and so many reactions, you know, with TikTok, like when people are reacting to things, most of the time you see the reaction before you see the original video, and because TikTok can be wicked, that the reaction does better than the original video. Do you know what I mean? So many people are like, oh my gosh, like, not oh my gosh. Some people are genuinely like, oh my gosh, like, it's really revealing. And you know, I don't feel like that's too bad, because I can't lie, sis really didn't come to play with that her bralette thing. And you know, good on her if that's what she wants to wear. But so many, like the 5 reactions that I saw, no, I saw a lot of reactions, but the 5 ones I'm specifically thinking about were from fellow plus size people, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, look at her, what's she doing? And then I'm thinking, I'm not saying you can't have an opinion, do you know what I mean, because you're plus size, but my thing is, yeah, if one of them said, sis, no, she's too big to be doing that, the girl who was talking was also big. And I mean, arguably, you could say, oh, maybe you're in the best position to say it because you guys are the same size. But for me, it's very much deflecting and wanting, and the reaction, the people, and based on, even if you even look at the comments on the people that reacted, yeah, the comments that were saying, but you guys are like a lot of people were like, sis, sorry to break it to you, but you know, you guys are kind of similar size, and the girls got really offended by that, like, no, I'm not as big as her. Did you not see how big her thighs is? Did you not see how big her upper body is? I'm not as big as that, la 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 la. So they were really pressed that people were basically saying, yeah, you are both big. And for me, it's like, good on you, because you're not happy with the reaction. You saw someone being confident, owning herself, owning her body. You saw that as an opportunity to try and downgrade her, do the hakiki, the laugh, and all of that. But it backfired on you. It 100% backfired on you. Majority of the case. Hey MP, hey Mark. Debbie, that's what I'm saying. If she's comfortable wearing that, let her be comfortable wearing it. The hell? Like, if that's what she wants to wear. So my thing is, yeah, obviously I completely understand it is different realms of the plus size community and stuff. But it's sad when you see someone that both of us, and it's actually happened to me. So before, let me show you guys a video. I'm not going to show you the reaction. I won't show you the reaction, but I will show you the actual video that people reacted to. Where is it?
Could every black woman who
No,
sees
it's
this...
not that one.
Could every plus...
Where is it? It was my pretty little thing who I done ages ago.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Yeah. So there was a few people that reacted to it, and then within them few people, there were some silly little boys. You know, with them, I just whatever. But I feel like out of I don't know how many, but it was like 4 or 5 people that were plus size, and I don't know. I don't know whether it's just me. Marine, exactly. People just love to put others down. It's so weird. People generally find so much joy in doing so. But when the girls were, I can't lie here, and I know this is gonna sound bad. This is gonna sound bad, but you see, the energy I have for when fellow plus size people try drag me is different, and I may be wrong for this. But the energy I have for when, yeah, other plus size people try to drag me is different from the ones I have when other size, like normal size, try to drag me. Because I feel like, in as much as we're more than just plus size, we're more than just big people, we're more than just fat people, we understand the struggle. You understand the struggle. I understand. Even if the struggle, and the funny thing is, yeah, even if the struggle is not as bad as my struggle. So, like, for example, I can't just go to any store and buy clothes for myself. Like, I have to, most of the time I buy online. I don't think I've, for the past, I don't know, like 10, 13 years, I've never like gone to a store. No, when it comes to like little stuff, then yeah, like vests and stuff. But like full blown outfits, yeah, there's some plus size stores in London, but majority of the time is online. So maybe if you're smaller plus size, you don't face them problems, yeah, and good on you. But just the general societal, like, outcasting, you will regardless of anything, you will know how it feels to be bigger, even if you don't know how it feels to be like put down or targeted for being big. You definitely can relate to being the bigger friend, even if you're not the fat friend. You are the bigger friend, so you understand to an extent that feeling of being excluded. So for you then to now look at me, yeah, someone that whether you want to accept it or not, you do have some comparisons with me. Yeah, sorry, darling. Even if we're not both, even if you're not plus size, you're nonetheless plus size. We do have some things in common, yeah. And you then think that, okay, yeah, I can drag her. Like, no, I'm sorry, you can't. For me, you can't have chat for. You cannot have chat for me. You cannot have chat for me because we are not in the same boat, but we have gone through the same type of things. So if you feel like the best thing is for you to try and drag me, it just looks stupid because it really screams pick me. Like, it really screams pick me vibes. And I just feel like we should try and move towards we should try even move towards as a society. And I know this sounds very utopian, where we people do not take pleasure in putting others down. Like, we need to normalize that not being a normal way of coping. Because a lot of times here, when someone is trying to drag you or someone is dragging you, a lot of people will say, oh, well, they're self deflecting, they're really projecting their insecurities onto you. It's not really you that's a problem, it's them and how they feel internally and all of that stuff. Bitch, we need to let that shit go. Yeah? We need to stop accepting that as just, yeah, oh, that's no, no. Right? Because I feel like that has now bred and that is now becoming like a mutant. It's becoming even more deadly. It's a bloody virus within itself where people generally feel like, because they're insecure about themselves, because there's something they don't like about themselves, they want to use the internet and they want to use that opportunity to get onto others. You can't, I'm sorry, you can't have chat for me. And if you don't understand what I mean when I say you can't have chat for me, that means I don't even know how to explain it what other way. You just can't have chat for me. I'm sorry, because sis, we'll both drag each other. Drag me, I'll drag you. because I know, like, I know how you know what it feels to be outcasted, 100%. Even if you grew up around larger size people, yeah, there's a lot of people that grew up like their mum was big, their brother was big, their sister was big, their dad was big. So they generally grew up, and their cousins consequently were big. So they grew up with, being in that kind of plus size environment. Regardless of anything, those people would have went to school. There's no way you can tell me every single person in your school's plus size, because at that point, that's worrying. Do you know what I mean? There will be mixed weights. So you definitely, regardless of whether, and I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this is more like seen in America, because obviously America's so big. But I know there's certain places where there's a larger number of big people, so they're not as put down as with other places. I want to say down south, I may be making this up, I may be wrong, but I know for sure there's certain places in America where, not even places, not like a whole state or whole city, it is that small towns where they do have a larger population of bigger sized people. So the men are less like fat phobic, and fat phobia is not as much of a problem with other places. But regardless of anything, fat phobia is still existing. Even if you don't have it as bad as someone in a neighboring town that, fat phobia is really rampant and is a really big problem, you still would face some type of issue, because that's just how society has, whatever type of society you're in, societies across the world all have a lot of things in common. Do you know what I mean? So for you to then sit down and think, yeah, I'm in a position to talk down on you because I'm slimmer but I'm big, then no, I'm sorry. I just can't accept it. I'm sorry. I can't. And I know some people will say, "Oh, but you need to have the same energy for smaller people or slim people that try to." I have the energy for them, but I don't know how to explain it. It's like the only thing I can use. I'm sorry to use this example because I feel like this is such a cliche example. Is when, like, is a black, like, if you're black, let's say you're whatever your race is, yeah. But let's know, not even whatever your race, let's be honest. If you're ethnic minority and the person that's doing you dirty is another ethnic minority, it's not the other people. Even if it's the other people, they're not as bad. But if the ethnic minority, and not even just like, if not like, let's say an Asian and a black person are both ethnic minorities in most places in a Western society. So I'm not even talking about one ethnic minority to another ethnic minority. I literally mean the same race. So it's like an Asian to an Asian, not even Asian to Asian, because Asian, there's like Chinese and then there's Pakistan. But let's say like a fellow Pakistani to another one, like, especially when you are amongst other people that are not like you. If, like, let's say a Nigerian got onto a Nigerian in Nigeria, that's not really a problem. But if a Nigerian was the worst person to another Nigerian in London, or a place where there's your other people, like, there's not, you guys are the minority, then I think that's a problem. That's a massive problem. And I feel like if this not addressed, it's just going to get worse and worse. And I want to know why. Like, apart from the most obvious reasons, why do smaller plus size people, or smaller, fatter people, or big people feel like they're in some ways superior to other plus size people? Because, yeah, I'm just not understanding. I'm not understanding why. It don't make sense to me. It does not make sense to me at all. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. Maybe we can say, oh, well, plus size with all plus size. Maybe. I don't know. Pretty ambitious. So you said insecure people put others down to try raise themselves up. And I think, you see, I won't even go past that. Because insecure people is quite broad. I don't want to go past that. But yes, 100% I agree. But I want to know why, like, smaller plus size people Not all of them, obviously not all of them. Hey Tiffany. Hey Shavel. Hey Kay. Tiffany said, I agree. It hurts even more when it comes from a member within your own marriage life. That's it. That's it, Shavel. They do, like, a lot of times. Hi, Jackie. Do you finish work and join? Thanks, sis. Kay said, my mom tells me I'm fat always. That is so bad. Like, there's ways. My mom tells me I'm fat always. She ain't thin. I don't know the emotional time I've been through. I can imagine that even coming from your mom. That would be horrible. It's Naya Game and Hey said because they want to be the bully that bully them. That's it. Naya, no, Hammer, nailed it. Exactly. They want, because I guess they want that power. They want to get back the power that in some ways was stripped away from them. Do you know what I mean? When, like, some people were bullied for some years, some people, and I still find it crazy and it happens that some people are bullied, as youngsters, but some people are also bullied as adults. And boy, like, I already know, like, you see me, my whole experience of bullying is quite interesting because I don't know whether it's my approach to life. Maybe I'm downplaying it, but I just don't ever think I was like really like bullied, like 100% made fun of. But I think it's because I guess what worked out for me is because I look quite intimidating. Obviously, I'm 5'9", so obviously really tall. I've been big, so I look quite intimidating. So in as much as people have tried to bully me, a lot of people have been scared to bully me. Do you know what I mean? So I think that low key, that is what has saved me to an extent. And also, my mum is big, and my mum, hey, can't bully that woman. You cannot bully that woman. She will finish you. And sometimes I just need to, sometimes you need to tap into your inner diva, which is my mom basically. Pretty ambitious. You said, I just had a worst experience hanging with an old friend. Sorry to hear that. She's very insecure and talks about not liking her body constantly, yet now have the nerve to talk about other women's body. And that's the thing. That's so prevalent. It's not even just plus size, plus size. That's so prevalent. And I think it speaks more into a larger issue. When people are not accepting of themselves, how they look, they want to deflect that onto others. They want to drag others down. They want to make themselves feel better by talking down others. Okay, so we live in a fake social media world where body image is such a focus, right? And I feel like we need to actively try and remember, like, real life. That's why I've been okay. So, guys, let me even share this with you. Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys know or not, but I'm trying to be really much more active on TikTok. Like, if you follow me on TikTok, you'll know that I'm quite active there. Like, you guys know, I love YouTube. YouTube is always going to be my first love. But I'm also trying to actively grow my TikTok platform. So I have been going live on TikTok here and there. And there's been a lot of trolls, like never before. This is where it's interesting. For a long time, I like if anyone was ever to talk about me negatively, they will mention like my size. But on TikTok, so many people are like, "Are you trans? Are you a man? Are you a man? Are you a man? Are you a man?" I know my voice is deep. I've been knowing my voice is deep. But so many people are like, "Are you a man? Are you a man? Are you a man? Are you a man?" And people will always ask me, like, a few people DM me, like, how do you deal with it? Like, how do you deal with so many people trying to target you, troll you? Like, I've literally said to them so many times, like, guys, I was born with a Pussy. I'm not. Like, I just have a deep voice. That's it. Like, I'm not a man. But what I'm trying to say is that people, I don't know whether and what is annoying is that I'm sorry that I'm kind of coming off topic, but what is really annoying with me, no, annoying for me is that if you call me fat, then cool. But they are using like a group of people that are literally living their life like respectfully, like they're not bothering anyone, but people who are not part of that community are trying to use that community on people that are not part of the community so that I will then say something negative about that community. Never. Because I love trans people, I love LGBTQ altogether. I actively encourage them to, live their life happily. So people want, and as I said, the issue I'm trying to raise is that people are always going to find a way to target you. So when it comes to going back to the topic at hand, when it comes from people that actually share a similarity with you, I'm just like, well, this is a new one. But sorry, let me keep going through what you guys are saying. Tiffany said, weight and a sense of value or worth is so often intrinsically linked together in society for. It's true. It's true. It's true. Society wants you to value yourself very high if you're smaller and value yourself very low if you're bigger. Pre-ambitious says it's more that I'm big, but not that big. Exactly. It helps her accept her situation without her having to change. She grew up in a household that called her fat. Exactly. 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 And I remember, so there's one YouTuber, I'm not going to say no names. If you watch her, you'll know. One time she traveled here and she said that, you guys may actually know who I'm talking about. But she traveled to another country and she said a big person was sitting next to her and she was just like, guys, like this woman was squashing me. Like, I know I'm big, but she big. She big. And I'm just like, but a couple of videos ago, you was crying about people calling you fat on the internet. Like I'm no like this the woman that was on, but you never know. The woman that was next to her could be one of her biggest supporters. It's just like, yeah, okay, the situation is not comfortable, but someone that, okay, maybe you've never had to like struggle into a plane seat, but you did have some type of struggle with being overweight. You said it many times that people have said so many negative things about you. So you coming onto the internet only after a few videos of you complaining about people calling you big, and you're like, yeah, she big, she big. I'm happy I'm not big. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Marine, you said, do you know who pisses me off the most? Fat people who have lost. Yo! Maureen! Maureen, sis, God bless you, because you 100% hit it on the nail. But let me actually finish what you said, because I just got excited not excited, but when you can relate. Yeah, when you can relate. Do you know who pisses me off the most? Fat people who have lost weight and I want to shit on other fat people. Be like, I fat when I was fat. I used to. I think fat people. Bro, just because I swear down, guys. I swear on my life. Okay, I'm very big, right? We all know this. So naturally, I'm gonna have to lose weight, right? And especially if I want to have a child, I'm gonna have to lose weight. And I want to lose weight to like live a kind of like more healthier lifestyle, be able to walk further, do more things that I'm kind of restricted from doing right now. But you think when I do lose weight, I'm now gonna be like the people at the size 26 Sheffield. Bro, shut up. Just because you felt like that, just because you viewed yourself in that way, and a lot of people lose the weight because they want people to stop talking shit about them. Guess what, sis? When you lose the weight, people are still gonna have shit to say about you. Yeah? Don't lose weight for others, lose weight for yourself, innit? Because if you lose weight seeking the validation from others, sis, you're not gonna get no validation because people always have things to say. Look at Adele. I use it. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go for the comments. Yeah. Look at Adele. Right. Adele was big before. Yeah. Adele lost the weight. What did people say about Adele? They're like, something ain't right. Same with Monique. Right. They'll be like, Something ain't right. No, 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 no. You know when people be like, she suited big. She suited big. But when she was big, you guys were dragging her. You understand? Do you know how many people dragged Adele when she was like size 22, like UK 22? Now that Adele's like a UK 12 or UK 10, lost all of the weight, people be like, nah. The people even be like, she doesn't even sound the same. She can't even sing the same. People will literally, they will talk about her physically, they will talk about her music, they will talk about now she don't even talk the same. So that just goes to show if you lose weight for others, people always be like, I missed the older Dell, I missed the older Dell. What do you mean? The overweight one that you guys were laughing at? Get out of there, man. So annoying. Marina say you must know how she is. That's it, exactly. Jackie, you said I think they do it because they hurt inside themselves. Like JT from Say Girls made fun of dark skin women who were darker than her, but she's darker than her. I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. It's horrible. Okay, so sorry though, that's the phone put down. I hate now through. So exactly. Thanks, Kay. Lindy, some plus size but in shape. Okay. A size 12 is considered plus size. And it says, I've never been called fat, but fake, you're beautiful, keep reading you. Thank you, sis. 12 is plus size. Jesus Christ. Jackie, you said insecure people make fun of others to make themselves feel better because they have deep-rooted insecurities dwelling from childhood to every day. I know, I understand that, Jackie, 100%. But my thing is, yeah, go have a chat with the Lord. Yeah, go have a chat with the Lord. Go and have a conversation with the Lord. Because it's not me that you now want to deflect all your issues onto and now want to make me feel bad. Hi, Jenny. Hey, F. Wilson. I haven't been on live for, like, not a proper live for a long time, but I'm here. Exactly, Jenny. Hey, Nella. That's something my mom will say, Kay. That's exactly something my mom will say. My brother, please try and learn how to speak Nigerian English. Please change American English so that we can hear you well. This is how I speak. Sorry. This is how I speak. I can't really change it up. Can I kick it? You said it's like you can't win for losing. Exactly. Right? It's so annoying. The worst. So annoying. Like, just go away. Go away with your keto diet. Go away with your Cambridge. Go away with your whatever one. So flipping jarring, bruv. That's it. They always have something to say. If you live for people's validation, you will die by their rejection. That's it. If you live for people's validation, you will die by the same people's rejection because people can switch on you like that. Like that. Tammy says that's so true. People are just horrible. You get bullied for being big, lose the weight and still get bullied. People be like, oh my gosh, can you see how much loose skin she has? Okay, what do you want her to do? But you bullied her to become whatever size you wanted her to become, and now she's there. You have a problem with that too. Don't do things for others' validation. Trust me, it's not worth it in the end. Pretty ambitious, he says, okay, have a conversation with the Lord. Because I'm just so tired, man. Leave me alone. No, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this whole like, oh yeah, dating. And I said it. I don't get me wrong. I did say at the start of this live, yeah, that people do it because they have problems, internal hate that they need to deal with. But it's like, okay, so for how many years are we going to accept that? Find another way. Is that, for example, we don't accept people going around slapping another person in the streets. Why? Because that's bad. But that's not acceptable. So the way we're not normalizing what if someone slaps the person in the street and they'll say, "Why did you slap the person?" Say, "Because I was angry." Because he was angry, that's why you went to go and slap a random person that you don't know. That will not be accepted. I'm sorry, I know that's an extreme example, yeah, but still. Now you said the thing is making fun of others doesn't even make them feel. That's it, right? Right? It's like, in as much as like I find it horrible, I find it disgusting. It's like if it generally solved your problems, then it's a bad way to solve the problem. But if it solves your problem, hopefully you do it to the right person that doesn't take it too hard, like too bad. But it's not solving your problem. You still feel like shit. At the end of the day, after you've done all this keyboard worrying, you still feel bad. So they're miserable, misery needs company, so they want to make you feel lower because how dare you live your life? That's why I'm saying when people ask me, "Oh, Sogi, how do you like how are you doing this? Like how are you doing that?" I'm just like even so many people are like how okay, Nigerian one I understand because May vlogging in Nigeria when you can actively hear the people cussing you. That's a whole. Nigeria made me more confident. Ha. As I said, I done a video with a lady, a lovely, lovely, my baby's Ivioma, and we literally said, like, Nigeria will make or break you in terms of your confidence as a bigger person because they will literally refer to you as something called horrible. Horrible is fat or fatter person. They literally, like, that's your key defining characteristic. They'll be like, oh, that horrible. Oh, that Madam Horrible. That literally, that's like, imagine someone like, oh, the fat girl. Oh, not even the black fat girl. Oh, okay. Not even like, I don't know, the fat girl that has short hair, fat girl with long hair, or the light skinned fat girl, they'll be like, nah, the fat girl. That's the only thing that the old horrible, that's the only thing they know you for. So I feel like all of that definitely built up my confidence even more of being able to like be like, regardless of anything, people are gonna find a reason to insult me. They're gonna find a reason to not like me. I just refuse to live my life upset. I'm so sorry. Who gave me money? Oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much, Linda. Again, you are beautiful. Keep positive and stay being you. Thank you so much, sis. I really do appreciate it. Someone else sent me money. Thank you so much, Kay. I really appreciate it. Tiffany said, losing a lot of weight is just like coming into a lot of money. It just makes you more of who you really are. If you're a jealous person when big, you right? Tiffany, if I can pin that, I would have pinned that. If I could pin that, I would have pinned that. Losing a lot of weight is just like coming into a lot of money. It just makes you more of who you really are. If you were a jealous person when big, you will be the same mean, jealous person when thin. And that is on period, and that, my friends, is on life. Losing body fat or losing or changing the shape of your body does not automatically mean changing your mentality. You understand? It does not mean changing your mentality. Joy said something, and I don't want to like misquote her, but Joy said something. Joy Moore said, "We need to work on the mechanics." Oh, I can't remember the exact wording, but it was like Joy was like, we need to work on the mechanics, but we also need to work on the practicality. I don't really know how to explain it because generally, like, I was half asleep when I was watching it, but I really wanted to finish the video. But what I'm trying to get as one thing, there's the practicality, and then there's like the mechanics of making something happen, and internally wanting that to happen. So if you physically change your body, good on you. Like, don't watch this live and be like, oh, like Zogi's not encouraging people to lose weight because 100%. I am like 100%. I am like not encouraging you to lose weight, but I'm not against it. Do you know what I mean? Like do whatever makes you happy. But at the end of the day, I'm very aware of even when you lose the weight, I know that so many people say it made them even feel like more insecure because obviously that comes with a new territory that you're in a new body, people treat you different, people see you different, people approach you differently, so it's almost like one person, the same person, but you're living a different life. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas people before used to give you side eyes, they don't give you side eye no more. So it's the same person, but you're just living a different life. So my thing is like, mentality, your inner peace, who you are as an individual, is not. It doesn't make who. It doesn't. It's not linked with one particular feature. Do you know what I mean? And I said it from the start, from when I first started YouTube. Really, I'm more than just a fat person. I am more than just a woman. More than just a Nigerian girl. I am more than just a 5'9" girl, so a tall girl. I am more than all of these things. I am Zoe. Zogi is a whole embodiment of things, mentally and physically. I am more than just one title. You can't just brandish me as one thing. God forbid, I reject that. Keep that shit on your side. You understand? Keep that shit over there. Don't bring that to me. Keep that over there. Because if you think that just because I'm big, that's the only thing that you want to brandish me as, that's the only reason that, that's the only thing or feature you can associate with me, then keep that over there. Don't address me. Don't address me. Don't say nothing about me. Keep it over there because, as I said, we are more than just one thing. So when you are able to have that mentality, you realize it's not about weight. I'm not confident because I'm fat. I'm not confident because I'm black. I'm not confident because I'm tall. I'm not confident because I'm Nigerian. I hope you guys are getting the drift of what I'm trying to say. No one in this life, don't ever let people feel like you are just one person. Like, let's say, for example, you grew up in a predominantly white area. People will most likely just refer to you as the black person. But you are more than just a black person. You understand? You are more than just that person. Let's say you grew up predominantly around shorter people and you are just a tall person. And they're like, oh yeah, that tall girl. You're more than that. You're more than that. Or you grew up as the easiest and the most, guessable answer is when you grew up around slimmer people and they refer to you as the fat girl, the bigger sized girl. You are more than that. But that's what they want to tie you with. So you see, that's why people are so confused at my confidence. That's why people are just like, how can you, like on TikTok, like sometimes I'll dance in like public or whatever. People are like, how can you, are you not? They're just so genuinely shocked because the only thing they see me as is the fat girl. That's it. Nothing else. Just a fat girl. And they're thinking, with how I view fat people, this is not how they're supposed to behave. This fat girl in particular is behaving quite different. This is not what I expect from them. I expect them is that when people see a bigger girl wearing form hugging clothes, like I'm not used to seeing bigger people with not oversized clothes. She's wearing a bodycon. That's weird. That's suspicious. Her people never usually dress like this. People are genuinely confused because that's what they associate with you with. But that's the thing. You need to know that you are more than that. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm missing anything. So when losing drastic weight, therapy might be required. 100%. Not saying everyone needs it, but some people just might need it because it's a life change. 100%. You have to assess, because now how many people I've spoken to that have lost a drastic amount of weight and they're like, they look at themselves in the mirror, but they still see the same person. Like they're scared because just and I just know that low key I may even be similar because, as I said, I 100% plan to lose weight, right? And I'm just thinking, imagine, especially with someone like me that's been big all your life. If you haven't been big all your life, I think it's easier. I think if, let's say, for example, from when you were young all the way to 21, you were normal size or just maybe a bit on the bigger side, but not like really plus size. You were like, I don't know, you were just big, you were in the middle, right? And then something happened and you gained a drastic amount of weight. Maybe, I don't know, let me not throw anything out there because people deal with things differently. Something happened, you gain a drastic amount of weight. When that person loses the weight, they will say something like, I feel like my old self again. That's the kind of terminology or phrase they will use. Whereas if you've been big all your life, like me, when you see someone, when you see, let's say you at the size 16 or 14, you have no recollection of you. I don't have any recollection of myself below a size 18. So if I was to get to below a size 18 one day, I'm like a size 16. It's almost like I'm in a new body. I won't be able to really process it because this is a new person. It's a new person. I've never seen this person before on me. I've never been that person. Like I cannot remember ever being that person. So it's a lot to definitely deal with. I'm happy it's helpful, Eleanor. Like I didn't mean this to be like a whole preach, but by this live is staying up. I'm not taking it down. I'm on my laptop again. You can tell when I'm on my laptop because it's landscape instead of portrait. Um, wait, did I mess that up? I never know what's this and this, but yeah. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, S. Wilson. Right, Tammy? Let them be confused. Let them be confused because when you tie exactly, Debbie. Sorry that I missed it. When you tie how you look with no how you view yourself with how you look so deeply, if something was to change, you just won't know how to deal with it. So that's why I'm saying that if you're watching this video, it says that there are 30 people watching. If you're watching this video and you're struggling with how you view yourself, like a lot of people just want to brandish you. You may not even be, and this is not even just for bigger people. Obviously, you guys know I'm big, so that's like one thing I'll talk about. But you guys know I talk also about other things. Do you get what I mean? It's not just about being big. But if you're at a stage in life where people want to brandish you with just one thing so much, you just need to realize that. Do you know, like, you are a human being created. You was created by God, right? Whether you're atheist or whatever religion you belong to, you was created. You've been given this chance to be on this earth, right? You are able to wake up every day, see another day. For the fact that even the world that we live in, there's so many things that are that's unexplained. So many things that work together that we don't fully. Even the human body, when you really think of it, is absolutely crazy. Like I still find it crazy for the fact, yeah. Like, look, I know this is kind of off subject, but as I'm moving my hand, yeah, there's a brain. It's sending a signal to my brain, and it's telling my brain to move my hand. Do you know how flipping fast this signal is? You know when people like lose sensitivity or can't move somewhere in their body, people say it's like in that communication has basically been eroded, has been affected. But you know, God forbid that's not my portion. But for the fact that my body is sending signals to my brain and it's telling my brain to move my hand. Like, I know this is gonna sound so weird, especially if you just joined this live and you just see me doing this. But do you guys fathom what I'm trying to say? There's so many things that is just marvelous about us as individuals, right? This is not even to do anything with your size. This is just to talk about, I'm just talking about your existence altogether. Do you know what I mean? For the fact there's so many wonderful things about your existence, you can't let someone brandish you or put you in a box. Because you know the funny thing is, yeah, not really funny, but you know the sad thing is, or the thing, let me not attach emotion to it. The thing is, the people that want to put you in a box have been put in a box by others. They have been cornered by others. Rather than fighting against that box that they've been placed in, rather than rejecting that status quo that's been assigned to them, they say, you know what, I'm gonna accept this box that I've been put in, but I want to put more people in the box. I don't want to be the only person in the box. I don't want to be the only person suffering in the box. I don't want to fight to come out of this box. I don't want to fight the status quo that has been assigned to me. Instead, I'm gonna put other people in this box. I want other people to feel the pain I'm going through. I want other people to be as depressed as me. I want others to feel the hurt that I'm going through. Because it's easier to bully others than to bully or confront your own demons. 100%. It's so much easier to project onto others. So much easier to make others feel horrible about themselves. 100%. But it's much harder to make yourself, like to fight your inner demons. It's much harder to face them demons that, you know what, yeah? You know what, guys? I was saying this the other day, and I was saying, as adults, right? As adults, we are like overgrown children. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me that's an overgrown child. Sometimes I think back to teenage Zogi or young Zogi or, you know, as I say, young Zogi. And I think about all the things that she went through and all the shit that people done to her and the way people tried to put her down and the way people tried to make her feel that, she wasn't worthy and all of that. And I say to myself, I owe it to me and I owe it to her. I know it's really weird that I'm like separating my adult self with my younger self, but you have to understand my younger self is still there. The trauma, the pain, the happiness, the enjoy, every single emotions I went through during that stage, it's still there. And maybe, I don't know, maybe the defense mechanism that I split adult with child. So sometimes I feel like I owe it to her to live happily now. I owe it to her to live my best life. I owe it to her to not let others try and get her down. I owe it to her to be confident because I didn't let her be confident back then. I didn't let her not let other people's opinions get to her. I didn't let her wear what she wanted to wear. I didn't let her live her life as how she wanted. And I know it sounds weird because it's like I'm talking about two different people. But in my brain, I kind of feel like it's two different people because the Zoki you see today is not the Zoki that was here 10 years ago. So in some ways, I am a different person. Do you get what I mean? Maybe you can say I came into myself. Maybe you can say I transformed mentally. Maybe you can say that I matured. I hate that word mature, you know. I hate that word mature because what is maturity? What is really maturity? Is it because people feel like, you know, people need to understand at all stages in our life, there are things that are just socially acceptable for that age. If a 5 year old, this is the best example. If a 5 year old went toilet on themselves, right, peed or urinated on themselves, we're like their child. That's socially acceptable. If a 30-year-old urinated on herself, not socially acceptable. If a 95-year-old urinated on herself, acceptable. Right? And whether you can be like, oh, because they're a child, they couldn't control it, or because oh they're old. And I'm not disputing that. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying there is certain things that with certain ages we as society or society says that's socially acceptable. So my thing is, what is maturity really? Is it us just doing things that because of our age, this is a list of things that have been prescribed. You know, people, example is, people say by the age of 30, you should be married, you should have kids. That's all signs of maturity. You're ticking the boxes. So they feel like because you're that age, you need to have done this and this and this. Purchased your first property, you know, found a husband, be trying to have a child or have a child by a certain age because that really brandishes. And let's say if a lady's 32 and she's saying, I'm not saying I'm not going to get married one day, but just not today. I still want to live my life. They'll say, oh, she's immature. Instead of thinking of how to become a mother, she's too worried about where she wants to travel to next. She's too worried about discovering herself. She's too worried about traveling around the world. She's immature. She's not mature. Do you guys get the drift I'm coming from? That for me, mature. Okay, I know there's that. You know, there's more to maturity, but I generally feel like a lot of times where people are brandished as mature, it's because they are doing things that people feel like they should be doing or saying, not just doing, saying things that they should be saying at that age. And that's why people say they love children. Children will tell you as it is. As adults, we learn to lie. As adults, we learn to downplay. As adults, we learn to not live in our truth. As adults, we learn to try and be socially accepted. Children don't try and do none of the things I've just listed. Children just want to be themselves. If something doesn't taste nice, a child is going to tell you it don't taste nice. If something doesn't look nice, a child is going to tell you it don't look nice. A child is going to tell you how they really feel. So as adults, we can't say certain things. Why? Because we've been told that as adults we can't. Do you guys get? Well, I don't know. I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense. In my head, it's making sense, but it is quite a concept to grasp. Grasp. Sorry. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, S. Wilson. Right, Zoki. No matter what size we are, we have to live for ourselves. That's exactly it. Thank you, Jenny. So true. Exactly. Too many people. Tiffany, pass that off and play because I so free today. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, F. Thank you, Wilson. And that's the thing. And that's why I really hope that I'm, kind of getting through or really resonating with people now. Even if you're not commenting, that's perfectly fine. But I just hope you understand that a lot of things that we do is because we've been told we do it. Right? Right? Tiffany, right? Yet they don't say the same thing about a 32-year-old man. Men are granted more time to simply live their life without focusing on everyone else. Women are rarely granted that freedom. They say guys mature. No, 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 no. Wait. Fucking wait. Hold on. I'm about to say something, and I hope you guys really understand where I'm coming from. They say men mature later than women do. Is that really true? Or does society let them do more stupid shit? Let them live their life? Let me know. I take back that stupid shit. But let them live however they want to live for a longer period of time. I'm gonna say that again. So everyone, you're always here, especially mothers. Always. Mothers, fathers never really say this. Mothers always say this. Women in general always say this. Men develop or become more mature later than an average female. Women are more mature than men earlier. But is that facts? Is that truly facts? Or is that how we've made them? Is that not how we've made society? Is it not that we've put so much pressure on a female to do certain things by a certain age, to accomplish, to have secured, to have given birth, to have married, to have done so and so by a certain age? Have we lowered the age as to we're putting so much pressure on a 21-year-old female, but we're not putting no pressure on a 21-year-old male? But then people wanna say it's because a 21-year-old male is not mature yet. But a female is? Why? Where's the science behind it? Where's the logic behind it? You just feel that a woman should do certain things by a certain age. You feel that her body clock is clocking. You feel that there's a lot of things that she needs to accomplish that you think she should accomplish by a certain age, but you are relaxed about the male. A lot of, and my mum even says it too, that a man can have a baby at any age. My mum always says this: a man can have a baby at any age, but a woman can't. Right? It's not necessarily a woman can't, it's just easier, I guess. It's technically easier at certain ages, right? But looking at the bigger question at hand, do men take longer to mature, or do we allow them to live their full life, to live however they want to live for longer, and then we have a rough age that we're like, okay, that's enough. You've lived enough. You've lived your best life enough. It's time to start doing things that we feel that you should do. Let's say, for example, a man should be able to financially provide for, or have like a six-figure job by a certain age. Do you know what I mean? I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying, because I don't care. I'm starting to question a lot of things that I've learned, or a lot of things that are told to me, a lot of things that are still practiced in modern day society by saying women are more mature, women are more mature. Okay, is it because we're forcing them? Is it because we're forcing them to be more mature? Is it by choice? Thank you so much, Kay. Tammy, exactly, yes. People are more harder women than men. So a lot of women grow up more mature. Men don't mature until after 35 because we allow them. We think it's just acceptable. Older generation says that a man matures. Older generation will preach that men take longer to become mature. So what happens? The males use that to their advantage, and the females have to accept so many things, all in the namesake of mommy or auntie or the family friend has told me, oh yeah, he's young, he's going to become more mature soon. But you know, men don't usually get mature till they're after like 30. So the woman has to accept anything and everything till that time. I don't know, man. Jenny, exactly, is an excuse not to be responsible. Instead, being. Yes. Debbie said, I think society let them do their thing. Very mature younger men and also very immature. Exactly, but the mature younger men, no one says anything. Like, we appreciate it. But if they're immature, we also allow it. We don't say nothing. Can we say, yes, okay, it's true, we are more mature, women are taught a lot from their time. That's true. Since I know man not being selfish because possible. Oh, geez, 67. Yeah, boys will be boys. Exactly. Males will be men. A man will be a man. Tiffany said, look at male celebrities like George Clooney or Leonardo DiCaprio who were allowed to be single men to their 40s with no side eyes. Let that be a female. Let that be a female and we'll be saying what's wrong with her. Let that had been a female and people will find something to say about her. Just let it had been a female. People will find a reason to drag her. 100%, 100,000%. People all would have found a reason to say something about her. Because people always wanna is one rule for one and another rule for another. And I don't think people realise that's what we're doing. Connie, you said, so true. I know men in their 60s who have newborns because they are with younger women, but most women can have children in 60s. That's true. That is true. I guess that's why they want to say men will be men. Or a man will do whatever he wants because, I guess they have that advantage. That they don't need to physically carry a child. All they need to do is, do what they need to do. So you said even over 40, they still have not matured. And I feel like it's because no one, and who said it with the Leonardo DiCaprio? Arcade Sim, that's right. Naomi Campbell had a child at 50, so it's possible. It's possible. I think the biggest thing we need to do is to try and understand the differences between socially acceptable and scientifically beneficial. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. In the sense that I don't even want to put too much emphasis on science per se, but let's say, for example, I know coming from like an not African, Nigerian specifically household, if you're not married by 30, flags are flagging. Questions are rising. Confusement is brooming. But nowhere in the world does it say you have to be married by 30. Nowhere does it say that you live a happier life if you're married by 30. Some articles may say that, but it's not the case for every single person. There's a lot of things that are socially demanded, socially seen as this is what is acceptable and this is what is not acceptable. But that's just because of what society has put into place. And I think it's for us to live a happy life and for us to be able to actually move past it, we need to realize that society was created by humans. Society has been run by humans. So you are also human. Don't let another person say this is what you can and cannot do. I don't mean about breaking the law, but I just mean that just don't get too wrapped into this is what I think or this is what people say I need to do. Don't get wrapped into that. So I'm gonna. Hey Nikki, nothing actually happened. It was just based off a TikTok video that I saw recently. Nothing happened to me anyways. Not recent. But I'm gonna end this live here because I didn't really want this live to be too long. But I just quickly wanted to jump on to talk about this matter. Obviously, it's not even necessarily about fat people versus fat people. It's more so just like insecure people trying to bully others. The people that have been bullied, trying to bully others. Sim, I see where you're coming from. Architect Sim, 100% see where you're coming from. But yeah, I'm going to jump off, guys. And if you're watching this video in replay, thank you so much. I hope it's beneficial. I hope it's useful. I know the topic derives, we go away from the actual topic of the title, but you know, that's how life is. Nikki 100% does. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I have a video dropping tomorrow, and that video is going to be talking about when dating. I personally feel that you should date as many people as you want. I know there's going to be a lot of people that disagree, but I personally feel like in order for you to really find a person that you like the most, don't just restrict yourself into one. Don't just restrict yourself to one person. So, date as many people as you like. I'm not saying have sex with all of them. I'm not saying don't have sex with all of them. But don't be afraid to go on a date. Because you never know. You just never know. So many people say, only go. No, don't do too much dating. It looks bad. It's worse if you didn't do much dating and you just accepted any attention, and then you find yourself with the most toxic partner ever when you had better options, but you cut it off because people are saying don't do too much dating. But yeah, that's coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Make sure you like the video. It's a video in itself because I'm not taking this down. But yeah, comment down below what you think of just confidence in general, people deflecting onto others, and all of that good stuff. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'll speak to you guys